Other countries have used tariffs against us for decades, and now it's our turn to start using them against those other countries. 6 weeks ago, I stood beneath the dome of this Capitol and proclaimed the dawn of the golden age of America.
But today, that golden age seems distant as tensions between the United States and China escalate to a boiling point. What began as a trade dispute over tariffs has evolved into a fierce economic struggle that threatens to reshape the global order. What started as a series of tariffs has now spiraled into a full-blown U.S. China clash. After President Trump imposed new tariffs on Chinese imports, tensions surged. This move came amid the ongoing opioid crisis, specifically the fentanyl issue, which further strained relations between the two powers. The question is this simply a trade war, or has it evolved into something much larger? In response to Trump's actions, the Chinese embassy in Washington issued a chilling warning. The embassy posted on X, formerly Twitter, "If the U.S. truly wants to solve the fentanyl issue, the right thing to do is to consult with China by treating each other as equals. If war is what the U.S. wants, be it a tariff war, a trade war, or any other type of war, we are ready to fight it till the end." The tariffs started at 10%, then rose to 25%. The U.S. imposed new taxes on Chinese imports, accusing China of exploiting America's economic policies. But Beijing wasn't going to back down. China wasted no time retaliating. It imposed heavy tariffs on U.S. agricultural exports, including soybeans, corn, dairy, and beef. Some of these tariffs reached as high as 25%. China's response went beyond trade. Beijing also launched an antitrust investigation into Google and targeted other U.S. tech companies, signaling that the conflict wasn't just limited to tariffs. The message was clear: if the U.S. escalates, China will counter with everything it has. And the escalation continues. On March 4, 2025, China announced it would impose additional tariffs on certain U.S. agricultural imports, effective March 10, 2025, in retaliation for President Trump's executive order issued on March 3 under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, IEEPA. The order raised the 10% tariff on all imports from China to 20%, a move that further fueled the trade war. China's new tariffs include a 15% additional duty on U.S. chicken, wheat, corn, and cotton, and a 10% additional duty on U.S. sorghum, soybeans, pork, beef, aquatic products, fruits, vegetables, and dairy products, among others. Alongside these tariff measures, China also imposed non-tariff retaliatory actions, such as banning 15 U.S. entities from importing any dual-use items from China. This isn't just about the U.S. and China. The effects are global. Markets are volatile, and U.S. businesses relying on Chinese manufacturing are facing higher costs, which they have to pass on to consumers. Chinese companies dependent on American technology are also facing their own challenges. So, who will blink first, and at what cost? President Trump remains firm in his stance, arguing that for decades, China, India, Mexico, and other countries have imposed higher tariffs on American goods. He insists it's time for America to level the playing field. But is this tough approach the right strategy, or is it steering the U.S. toward economic peril? China isn't just reacting in anger, it's playing the long game. Rather than rely on the U.S., China is diversifying its trade relationships. It is strengthening ties with the European Union, Russia, and Africa. The Belt and Road Initiative continues to grow, and China is focusing on greater self-sufficiency in key industries. Could this trade war eventually position China as the new global economic powerhouse? While politicians clash, the real cost is being borne by ordinary Americans. Reports suggest the trade war could cost U.S. households up to $1,200 a year, with rising energy prices, higher food costs, and significant impacts on agriculture and manufacturing. Is this the price Americans must pay for global trade supremacy? What's next for the U.S.-China trade war? As Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping prepare for high-stakes talks, the world watches closely. Will the two powers reach a compromise, or is this the beginning of a long, drawn-out economic showdown? As tensions rise, some fear that the global economy could spiral into chaos, or worse, a geopolitical conflict with devastating consequences. The U.S. China trade war has gone beyond tariffs, it's now a battle for global dominance. Will Trump's aggressive strategy pay off, or will China emerge stronger than ever? One thing is clear: this war is far from over. Stay tuned for more updates on this escalating conflict. Subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the world's most pressing issues. What do you think will happen next in this high-stakes trade war? Comment below. Thanks for watching.